Current location. What is that thing I hear? Is there something up here? It looks like I can climb up here. I hear something, but I don't know where it's coming from. Huh. Okay. Moonglow moth. Oh. Firefly. Moonglow moth. What do we have here? Answers marked with carry story 4, but there's a chance that some dialogues aren't available anymore. Okay. Hello, Finn?
Now would you look at that? I knew I'd seen someone scrambling in the mountains.
Finn.
What brings you here, my sir?
Oh, that's nice. That's a long story. Where am I here? And who are you?
Who am I? Finn Dal'Varek, apothecarius by my path. Pleased to meet you. And you are at Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. Where are you from? But wait, don't tell me. I know that accent. Nerim, isn't it?
There's another
There we
person
go.
over there.
Everything's locked up.
Carbos?
At least for the night we should.
Wait a second. Who's that?
I come in
Just
peace.
an adventurer on his way.
Adventure.
No reason to worry.
No reason to worry. For heck's sake, Finn. How do you know that this guy isn't with the bandits? You said you'd call me if anyone showed up. And now you're standing here, having a chat with him as if this were the bathing house of Ark.
Lo and behold, we are still alive. Now, is there anything else, Carbos?
I've got my eye on you. Touch any of our stuff, and you'll regret it.
Okay, I won't touch your stuff.
May I present Carbos, as he lives and breathes.
I like that name, Carbos.
Sorry about that just now. That's just how he is. In any case, if you don't need any more help, I'd suggest you move on. Follow the way east behind the dam house. It'll lead you to a village called Riverville.
Riverville?
Ah, here, take this. Truth be told, you don't look so healthy. Your eyes... well, whatever.
Knowledge points? What about my eyes? What's your story? Why are you here? Can I trade some goods with you? That's it for now. Knowledge. Can you tell me about this region? You said you were apothecary by path. What do you mean by path? What about my eyes?
There's something peculiar about you. I don't know how else to say it. I would examine you myself, but we don't have the right equipment with us. So if I were you, I'd ask a priest in Riverville to have a look at you.
A priest?
Who knows? Maybe you caught something in that temple.
What's your story? Why are you here?
Us? Oh, nothing spectacular, I'm afraid. We gather herbs, but tomorrow we're going back north, to League.
To the League?
You should stop by one day if you're in the area.
Okay.
Someone who scours Pyrian ruins and survives could surely be useful to the apothecary and help us find some things.
Oh. Can you tell me more about this region?
Well, what can I tell you? This is the Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. A pretty peaceful area, except for all the animals and bandits that have recently started going crazy. And, well, that's pretty much it. I think you should ask the people in Riverville if you want to know more. They certainly have some stories to tell.
Gather knowledge about Enderal. 1 out of 30. I see. Are there places that might be of interest to an adventurer?
To an adventurer? If you ask me, what you need before you adventure anywhere is some good old-fashioned shut-eye. But yes, there are some places. The Three River Watch, for example, right there below the stone arch.
Okay.
It was once an old trading post, but now it's full of shady characters. Ah, and there's also a big Pyrian ruin south of it.
You said you were apothecarians by my path? What do you mean by my path?
By the Black Guardian. You really are an outlander,
The
aren't
Black
you?
Guardian?
My path is... well, it's just me path. My role designated to me by Malthus. A
Oh.
kind of calling, if you will.
Okay. Gather knowledge about Enderal. A role designated by Malthus. You mean the gods assign your professions to you?
Not exactly. Malthus designates our place in society. Generally the same one our fathers and forefathers occupied.
Generally.
I walk the path of the erudites. And there's also the manufacturers, the sublimes, and, of course, the pathless. Within these roles, we are free to choose a profession, but certain vocations that are available to an erudite are not permitted to a manufacturer, which is one path below.
Interesting.
However, below does not mean that it is in any way inferior. Everyone on Enderal does what they do best. And who would know better than the gods what exactly that is?
That's really interesting. That's pretty cool. Interesting that the belief that the gods, they don't choose a profession for you, but they kind of put you in a specific role that dictates what you are good at, I guess. Just an idea yourself, huh? An interesting thought. But who are these pathless?
Men or women who have never received the path consecration, or those who have broken their path.
Oh.
Brigands, glimmer dust smugglers, murderers. Well, you know.
But aren't you frustrated by being bound to that path? Don't you want to advance?
In the folly of my youth, I might have thought about it,
The
yes.
folly of his youth.
But then I realised that half of what goes wrong in this world has to do with the desire to advance.
But there's a lot of good things that happen in the
I am
world for
interested in living
advancing.
the righteous path and to contribute to the preservation of my people. That's enough for me, and only the faithful will be granted the eternal pass upon death.
I mean, he has a point. Like, there are a lot of bad things that came with advancement. Say, for example, the atomic bomb. You know, sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make a cake, as they say. Sometimes, you know, terrible things can come from the advancement of technology, the advancement of magic, what have you. But I'd like to believe that a lot of good things come from advancement as well. So the question is, where do you draw the line? When is it too much? And all that good stuff. Therein lies the question. In Nerim, there's a rumor that the gods are dead.
And over here, there's a rumour that the Golden Queen has a weakness for men in gowns. Seriously, be careful with that kind of gossip. I know you don't mean any harm, but there are a few who might consider it heresy.
I really do appreciate the way they design the dialogue in that they tell you these are the things in the dialogue that advance, so that if you wanted to exhaust like all the quote-unquote investigative parts of the dialogue, you can get to those first and then advance. Just an idea yourself. Huh, an interesting thought.
Well, I didn't come up with it.
Tell me about this region. Can I trade some goods with you? I found some things in the ruins.
Yeah, why not? Show me what you've got. Maybe I have some things you can use.
Buy or sell an item by selecting and pressing E. Buying prices are higher than selling prices. Through the name selection at the bottom, you can switch between your inventory and the merchants. The inventory of merchants are refilled after a few days. Okay. So he's got... Interesting. Ambrosia. How much money do I have? Where is my gold? I have 3 gold. Finn has 120 gold. I don't think I'm buying anything, but I'm just gonna look. Enderalian crusty bread. Saturates for 300 seconds and provides a elongated health regeneration out of combat. The higher your health total, the more health will be regenerated. Green apple. Morning air potion. Spell tome, life absorption, rank 1. Don't I already have one of those? And then wine. And then I have a whole bunch of things. Let's see. Ruined book. Scrap metal of the ancient nation. I already have shoes. Yeah, I have old robe, sword, shoes. Oh no, thistle. I guess tongs? Wolf pelt? Thistle. Scroll of boon. Cheap. Heals you, I might need that. Red Rasula. Red Malphus flower. Rattled clothes. I'm gonna sell that. Purple Malphus flower. Pumpkin. Get rid of these pickaxes. Mana potion. Inedible beer. I don't need any beer. Human heart. Horseshoe. Health potion. Goblet of the nation. Goblet of an ancient nation. Goblet of an ancient nation. Firefly clothes. I might need another pair of clothes. Britta longbow. Let's sell one of those. Bowl of an ancient nation. I might need this blueprint. Ancient crystal coin. Ooh, okay. Cool. And with that I have 50 gold. I don't think there's anything... That's it. I don't think there's anything I need right now. That's it for now. Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it. I wish you a quick recovery and safe roads. Walk blessed.
Thank you, Finn.
Carbos, do we need the still tomorrow? Can I clean all the tools?
Blazes, Finn, I'm playing. Don't bother me.
Playing? Playing what?
I guess that means no.
What? Talk to the apothecarist about the fever. Ah. But can I talk to...
By the righteous path. What happened to you? You look as if you've met the Black Guardian himself.
Yeah, I suddenly have this kind of fever. Do you have any idea what it could be?
Fever? Well, there could be many causes. Wait a moment. I think I still have some grunt root. That should be enough to ease your pain, at least for now.
Thank you. That would be
Take
wonderful.
a seat at the fire. The warmth might help you.
Oh, so now we're brewing potions for complete strangers.
Well, strangers are about to die of fever, then yes. There was that oath we swore once, remember? To help the afflicted, to...
Whatever.
Come on, Carbos.
Thank you.
Don't be like that.
Don't get on my nerves.
Ooh.
Don't get on my nerves.
Carbos is gonna be... Carbos is one of the people we're gonna have to butter up a bit.
Gruntrudes, Gruntrudes. Ah, here we go.
I'm gonna have to trust this guy. I don't think he wants anything malicious against us. So is he gonna teach us about
So, let's
apothecary?
see.
Potion
Sheer
making?
Cup, some water. Ha! Done. I can't make any promises, but...
Finn! The still!
Explore.
Whoa!
Do something, damn it!
What's going on? What's happening? I don't know what's going on. What just happened?
Oh, sod it.
Do I really have to watch every step you take? That was a fucking close
What
call.
was that?
Hey, I'm sorry, alright. We'll pick up a new one in Ark.
That was the still? And I'm just sitting here doing nothing. What is going on?
Yeah. And you're paying for it. Here I thought this bloody day couldn't get any worse.
This day isn't getting any better. Here, drink this. It'll help you.
Uncork the bottle and take
See,
the potion.
you already look a lot better. Still, you should let a priest take a look at that fever as soon as possible. The grunt root potion will wane in a few days.
Thanks, but what in blazes just happened there?
What? You mean the still? Bad quality, and too much heat, I'd wager. But, whatever will be, will be.
Okay. But the explosion, the voices, they were yours.
Explosion? I'm not sure I follow.
Do they not see it?
Great, wouldn't it? Finn Dal'Varek died in 8234. Cause of death, exploding still.
Ha ha. Look, I really don't know what you're talking about. Maybe...
Wait a second. What was that?
What's going on? And I can't get out of my chair yet.
I could have sworn I saw something moving over there. Oh shit!
Oh no! Carbos!
They've hit me, Finn. Those
Carbos! Oh no.
They've hit me.
Who are they? Bandits? Why can't I'm still too weak to get out of this chair. Oh no!
Carbos, do something, damn it! Do something!
Oh my... Oh my gosh! What just happened? Everybody around me is dying. I can't save any of these people.
Now would you look at that? Our mysterious survivor has awoken.
What? Where am I? Who are you? Who are you?
Jasper Dal'Varek. Jasper for short. And you, my friend, are in my very own campsite. And before you ask, yes, the bandits killed both of the apothecary.
Oh, so it wasn't you.
The only reason you're still alive is that the impact of the explosion threw you right into a thicket. Luckily enough, most of your injuries are only superficial, and I've already taken care of them.
Oh.
Your fever, though, is an entirely different story.
Oh. How do you know all of this? Were you there when they attacked?
Suffice it to say I was on the perimeter. And no, I didn't help for two reasons. One, I was outnumbered like crazy, and two, I'm in a happy relationship with my entrails.
Fair enough.
I wish I had a more heroic answer for you, but I don't. Sorry.
I can't blame you. My fever. Do you know anything about it?
Yep, quite a lot actually. You're suffering from first-degree Arcanist's fever. I'm quite surprised that the old apothecarius didn't see that, to be honest. You're suddenly capable of doing things you previously knew only from the bard songs, right? And you're feeling unusually strong and dizzy at the same time? While drinking herbal potions leaves a, well, kind of a bitter feeling in your head?
Yeah. It does. Yes. Then this Arcanist's fever is responsible for these things I can suddenly do? The magic?
Yep. Your magical talent has broken free inside you. I don't have any myself, but I've worked together with enough Arcanists to know the signs. Simply put, what's happening is that your body can't cope with the magic. This isn't much of a problem at first, but if you don't do anything about it within the next couple of months, you'll find yourself running through the heartland naked, throwing fireballs at everything that moves.
Oh boy.
You'll lose your mind, to speak plain and all.
Let's try to avoid that. But the fever can be treated, right?
Yes, of course. Though someone who's magically gifted will always react differently to certain situations than someone who isn't. As I said, some herbs will always worsen your fever, as will magically contaminated areas.
So basically, don't turn into an abomination. Check. So this fever gets worse whenever I, what, drink potions?
Among other things, yes. Just as being magically gifted can make a person powerful, it can also make them sensitive and prone to certain conditions. Just don't overdo it sleeping in ruins or in the wilderness. Instead, set up a camp somewhere. Plus, as you've already said yourself, don't overdo it with potions.
And what happens if I do these things? How does the fever affect me exactly?
Well, that depends on how bad it gets. At first, you'll suffer these diffuse headaches from time to time. Then your sight will permanently blur. And then you'll suffer a case of acute death, so to speak.
Thanks, Jasper. The fever can kill me?
Yep. Everything has its price, as the wise hermit likes to say.
Great. And how can I treat it? With this grunt root extract?
What? No. That won't help you in the long run. What you need is ambrosia. A special mixture of herbs that can remedy the fever without any side effects.
Okay.
Every good alchemist has that in stock, but it'll cost you.
And what about these visions?
Visions?
Well, that's what I'd call them. I have these kind of premonitions of things which are about to happen. Are they also a side effect of the fever?
No. Well, none that I know of. The only visions I ever had were those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed. You know what?
Thanks.
Someone has to take care of your fever. And as it happens, I know someone who could. But in return, I want you to tell me everything. How did you get here? And what did you do in that temple? And what exactly did you see in those visions? I can't put my finger on it, but there's something strange about you. And that makes me curious. So, healing for information.
Well,
what do you say?
He did heal me, and it looks like I don't have a choice. I was going to say, that's weird they don't give you a choice. He did heal me. On one hand, who knows if we can trust this guy. On the other hand, he's a snazzy dresser. You're a snazzy dresser. You seem trustworthy. Also because the game isn't giving me a choice. Healing for information. Agreed. Tell Jasper about what happened.
Then shoot. I'm eager to listen.
Okay.
I understand. My condolences for your loss.
Everyone around me dies.
So that means you somehow survived this execution. And before you got washed ashore, you had this dream? In which you saw burnt bodies and a blinding light.
Yes, but it wasn't just a dream. It was more like a memory. The temple I saw in it was exactly the same as the one in the valley. Do you know what I mean?
I hope so. So your magical outburst didn't happen slowly as it usually does, but all of a sudden after this near-death experience. And with it came these visions.
Correct.
Interesting. I guess you know how absurd all this must sound, but somehow I believe you. Heck knows why, but I do. So, that means I'll introduce you to my employer. If anyone can help you, it's him. There is, however, one thing with which I could use a hand. The sooner we get that done, the sooner we can start our journey to Ark.
And if I don't want to help you, who's the employer of yours? What exactly is Ark?
Ark? The capital of this country?
Oh.
Walls high as towers of iron-hard stone, rest alone in the mountains in granite enthroned, never decaying, the ages surveying, guarded by the Lord, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. If you plan on staying in this land, sooner or later you'll see it with your own eyes.
Oh, sounds lovely. Who is this employer of yours?
Well, aren't you curious? I like that. I work for the Holy Order.
Oh, for the priests? The Holy Order? You mean the military unit of the gods?
Yes, but as you might know, this is the realm of Malphas, the guardian of the Lightborn. And here, the Order basically reigns for him. It's both the spiritual and judicial center of this country, so believe me, you'll see for yourself soon enough.
So you're almost like the Templars. I'm gonna trust him for now. Again, snazzy dresser. And he's kind of a cutie pie, too. Okay then, I'll help you. The faster I get rid of this fever, the better. Hopefully Jasper survives longer than everybody else did who were, were hanging out with me.
That's your call, I suppose. My curiosity is satisfied. But without me accompanying you, the guards won't let you into the Sun Temple in Ark. And that's where you need to go in order to treat your fever. But as I said, no hard feelings on my side if you want to play the lone wolf.
No, I think there's strength in numbers. Okay then, I'll help you. The faster I get rid of this fever, the better.
Splendid. There are some things that need some explanation before we can get started, however. Where should I start? I take it you've noticed that in the past 2.5 years, the world has fallen into political chaos, right? Civil wars, usurpers everywhere, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Enderal isn't directly affected by these wars going on everywhere, there are strange things happening here too. Take the Woods-Ears, for example. There have been an unusual number of reports of wanderers being attacked by them in the open, which has never happened before. And the same goes for the Lost Ones, the living dead. Until 2 years ago, they were a rather rare magical phenomenon. But now every other corpse not properly cremated starts walking again as if it were the most natural thing to do. The strangest thing, however, is what they call the Red Madness.
Oh. Do you think this chaos could be in any way related to the rumors about the Lightborn's deaths? Everyone in Narum talks about them.
Yeah, the rumors. I've heard them too. And I could indeed imagine that they're true. And that there's a connection, yes.
Then you actually believe that someone did kill the Lightborn?
As I said, maybe. If you ask me, the Lightborn were never more than false gods anyway.
What do the Andralians think about that?
Well, they usually leave the thinking to their holy order. And they, of course, deny everything. Even to talk about it as we're doing is considered a crime. But as much as I hate to say it, maybe it's better this way. At least for now. A spiritual crisis is the last thing this country needs at the moment.
And here I thought the Andralians were the most pious people in the civilized world.
Please, don't take me as an example. I've seen that a long life is only one of the things powerful magic can achieve. And this whole false deity theory isn't that new, after all. And seriously, let's say the Lightborn really are as mighty and omnipresent as the revelations say they are. Wouldn't they have the power to magically smite me here and now for my insolence? The Lightborn were just powerful kings. No more, no less. But that's just how I see it. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Still waiting for the smiting. Let's just say I have my opinion, you have yours. Far from it. No sweat.
Splendid. You never know. But we're digressing.
True. You mentioned something about a red madness.
Yeah. It's some kind of mental illness that makes people lose their minds. Just a couple of weeks ago, for instance, there was a smith in Ark who slaughtered his entire family.
Wow.
He was drunk.
Sounds like my
That doesn't
dad
explain
in
why
the
he screamed
dream.
things like "fear the light" while he was doing it, or a young noblewoman who killed herself by setting her family estate on fire for
Oh
no
my
apparent reason.
gosh.
Now, you might say that these kinds of things happen, but by now there have been more than a dozen of them. That and the fact that the possessed's eyes glow red shortly before and during their deed has made people call it the Red Madness.
Interesting.
And just 3 days ago it happened again. Only this time it was a magister from within the Holy Order itself.
Oh. A magister?
Right, you're not from here. A magister is a kind of sage from the Holy Order, who teaches the young novices who are aspiring to become keepers or arcanists. Yarrow was his name, a man who had more than 60 winners on his back.
What did he do?
He killed 15 novices and himself. According to the only eyewitness to survive, he entered the teaching room as usual to give a lecture on alchemy. But instead, he gave a strange speech in which he explained that humanity is corrupt, void, as he put it. And his eyes started glowing, he locked the door, and, well, he tore himself apart with a magical explosion.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can imagine the kind of uproar that caused.
Yeah. Blazes, this is horrible.
And unnecessary. Completely unnecessary.
So what's your role in all of this? What's your role in all of this? You said you work for the Order, but I take it you're no monk?
Well, I'm not exactly one for vows and austerity, so no, I'm no keeper. I guess you could say my specialty is recovering things that have been lost. Treasures, tomes, memories, and the like. And the Order hired me to do exactly that.
Oh, I get it.
They want to know how a highly intelligent man like Yarrow could fall victim to the Red Madness. And also if there's a discernible pattern to how this malady, or whatever it is, chooses its victims.
So you're kind of like the left hand of the divine, per se? In other words, you're searching for his motives. How could I help you with that? I don't know anything about this Yarrow.
True, but that's irrelevant. Yarrow grew up in a small village named Riverville, which isn't far from here. And according to some of the other wardens, he visited this area quite often after his partner's death.
The Grey
so it's
Wardens?
quite possible we could find some clues around here. Shards of his past, if you like. I've already searched most of the area, but a second pair of eyes wouldn't hurt. What do you think?
Why not? Again, the game doesn't give me a choice. Sounds like a plan. Where should I start?
Well, for starters, I need you to travel to Riverville and talk to an old man named Alfred. He was
Alfred?
a childhood friend of Yarrow's, and he might be able to tell us something worthwhile.